Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about Logic App Control Workflow Execution. In this session, we will understand how to control workflow execution and what are the options available as of today. In Azure Logic App, there are multiple control workflow actions like we have conditional statement, we have switch statement, we have branches, we have loops, we have scope. Let's understand each of the control workflow action. Conditional statement. To run a specific action in your Logic app, only after passing a specific condition, add a conditional statement. So let's connect to Azure portal and let's see how to use this conditional statement. Now I am here on Azure portal. Let's create a Logic app. I'll give the name Conditional Demo and I'll create review. So before proceed, let's create our Azure blob table storage. So let's connect to the blob storage. Okay, so we don't have any container here, we don't have any table, so let's create a container. Let's create a table. Okay, so as you can see, my table is created. Let's refresh it, and container is also created. Demo app. Okay, so we don't have anything here. Now let's go to our resources. Alright, so my Logic app has been created. Let's connect this Logic app. So we will use a very simple example here. Let's create a black Logic app. So what we'll do, so in this demo we will upload a file on Azure Blob Storage, and based on the condition we will archive it or we will delete it. Okay, so let's give a connection name. Let's grab the connection detail. So it is creating the connection for blob storage account. Alright, it's done. Let's select our container name, like click on the container, and this is the container that we have created. So as of now I'll keep it default value. Go to the next step. So here what we'll do, we'll add the condition. Okay, so inside this control we will have this condition. So if you can see, we have this conditional workflow. Okay, so I'm just going to select the condition. So I'm just using a condition here. List of file name, suppose it ends with .zip Then if this condition will be true, then we will save the metadata. We will save the data in Azure table storage. So I'll make it here insert and merge entity. I'll give my connection name okay. Let's select this storage account. Okay, so let's select our table that we have created, and in a partition key we will just provide GUID. In row key also we will have our GUID, and in the entity we will create a JSON. So we will give them file name, and here we will choose list of file name. Okay, and in case if this is false, then we will just delete the file. Okay, so we will just delete. So we will just delete the file path. All right, let's save it. Save successfully. Now let's go and just upload a couple of files here, and we'll test it. Okay, so I'm here on my container. Okay, so let's upload some file here. Let's click on upload, select the folder. So first try to upload one text file, and we'll see what happened. So I uploaded this file, go to the designer, run it. So as you can see, expression was false, so it was not it was processed to the false statement and deleted the file from storage account. So we'll go here and we'll refresh it. We don't have anything here. Let's see in the table, nothing is uploaded. All right, now let's see and go and upload the zip file. So let's rename it to zip. Okay, so let's upload the zip file. Uploaded. Let's run this logic app again. All right, so this time our expression result was true, that's why it is moved to the true condition. And if you can see, this is processed successfully. We'll go to the table, we'll try to refresh it. Yep, you can see our entry is available in my table. Okay, and let's refresh this. You can see still file is available here. All right, so now let's go. Now we have switch statement. Whenever we have to run a specific action based on the value of objects, value of expression or tokens, we will add the switch statement. Okay, similar way we have to create the switch statement also. So let's see in the demo. So for now I'll go and I'll disable this logic app. Okay, so now let's create another logic app. logic app has been created. Let's go to the resource, go to the switch demo logic app. So here again I'll choose the blank logic app. So our scenario will be, we will upload the file on Azure Blob Storage. We will have a different file formats, and based on the files media type we will process for take action. Okay, so let's select our okay, so we have already created our storage account. Use the same, select the container, blob container. We will not change anything. Now let's go and search the control. So under the control, if you can see, we have the switch control. Let's go here. So in this scenario, based on the files media type, we will proceed further. Okay, so how we'll decide, how we'll choose the file media type? So let's go to the our previous logic app that we have created, Conditional Demo. Let's open it and we'll see the request. Okay, so here if we can see, the file media type should be available. Okay, so yeah, this one. So if you can see file media type, for the zip file this will be the file media type, and for the text file or for the image file there will be different media type. Okay, so based on the media type we will decide and we will take action. So let's select dynamic content. So we will choose the list of file media type. So suppose if file media type will be zip, if file media type will be this, then we'll take action. If file media type will be, let's select another one. I think we have processed the text file also, so yeah, so this will be the file media type. In case of file media type is this, then we'll take another action, and by default we'll take another action. Okay, so suppose if we will receive a zip file, then go here and we can just directly, we can go and we can delete the file. We don't require the zip file, so we will go or take another different way. So suppose in case of zip file, go and insert in table storage. Okay, so in case of zip file, it will make an entry in Azure table storage. In case of plain file, let's delete this file. Okay, so we will take list of file path, we will delete it. And in other cases, by default, in case of any other format also, we will just delete the file. Yeah, makes sense. All right, so let's save this one. Fine. So now let's test this scenario. So we'll select, first we'll try to select the png file, go check this box and upload this file. Okay, so now let's go and run it. So what happened, as per our scenario, they should delete the file, right? It should not be available. Meanwhile, just go and refresh this page. Yeah, so you can see it is picked up from here, right? So okay, so if you can see here, as per our expression result, it was image.png, image/png. So that's why it was not reached to case 1 or case 2. It was directly go to the default one and it deleted the file. All right, let's upload the another example. In this time we will upload the zip file. Open, upload, let's run it, and this time we'll see. Yeah, you can see we have another entry available here. Let's go here. Yep, you can see here this was matched to the our case 1, and that's why it was executed the insert and merge entity. Now let's go and choose the different file format like docs.txt file, upload it. Let's go and run it here and we'll see. So file has been uploaded here. Refresh it. So file has been picked up from this location, and yeah, it was reached to the cache 2, and it was also successfully deleted the file. Okay, so this was the switch statement that we use whenever it will be required. Let's see the third one. So here it will be like we can have a parallel branches, and after that, once our execution will done, we can join that branches. Let's see the example of that parallel branches. Again, we'll go to the portal. First disable this logic app. Now let's go and create another logic app. Logic app has been created. Let's connect to the logic app. Okay, so now we'll go to our branch demo logic app. Again, we'll choose the blank logic app. So here our scenario will be, we will upload the file on Azure Blob Storage, and we will first insert in Azure table storage, and then we will delete it. Okay, so let's connect to Azure Blob Storage first. Let's go here and connect. Choose our storage account name, choose the container name, go to the next step, and here first our plan to insert into table storage. Okay, so we'll select insert and merge entity, select our table name, stay good. Okay, all right, so now we have to add the parallel parallel branch. Okay, so how we can do that? We just have to click on this plus icon, click on that, and we will see the option add an action or add a parallel branch. Alright, so we'll click on this add a parallel branch, and here what we have to perform, we have to delete that file from the blob storage. So I'll go here and then I'll delete the blob, select the storage, select the account name, and then in the blob choose the list of file path. Okay, just save it. Now we will test our logic app. So let's go here and upload couple of files. So I'll try to upload all the 3 files. Open, upload. So all 3 files has been uploaded. Let's run it. Perfect. So if you can see, it was deleted the file and also it was inserted. Okay, so let's see the result here. We'll go to the my table and see we have a 5 entries here, right? So now let's go and we'll see. We'll go to the run history, just refresh it, and we'll see we have 3 calls here. Okay, all right, now let's disable this one. Let's move to the next control. So our next control is loop. So inside the loop there will be for each loop and until loop. So first let's understand the for each loop. Okay, so for that let's go and create another logic app. Let's go to the resource. So for in the loops we have for each and until. So whenever executing a series of repeating actions, then we can use for each or until. So when we can use the for each or when we should use the until. So for each is basically action which execute action for each item in a collection. Okay, and until is action which run until condition is met for that scenario. Okay, so suppose let's see in this example. Okay, so this is for the for each demo. So in this example we will go and we will use the HTTP request, do the simple request, and then we will use our Azure blob storage. Okay, and here we will use the list of blobs. Okay, just pass the account name and then pass the folder information. Okay, and next we will have the control, and here we'll use for each. Okay, so now select output from previous step. So we will have the value, and then we'll add the action Azure table storage, and we will delete the files. Okay, so I will select here storage account name, and in the blob we will choose the path. Okay, path of the file or the folder. So inside this for each loop we have to choose this path as a list of the blobs. Okay, so let's save it. Let's go and upload some sample files. So I'll upload all these 3 files. Let's upload it. Uploaded. Okay, now go and run this. Okay, so if you can see here, all these 3 files has been deleted, and we had uploaded the 3 files, and that's why in the for each it was executed in 3 times. Okay, so if you can see here, this was the first file capture.png, then second file sample.zip, and the third file we had test1.txt. okay, so it was executed that number of times. Alright, now let's disable this logic app and we'll see the example of until loop. Okay, so let's go back and create another logic app. So logic app has been deployed successfully. We'll go to the resources, click on the blank logic app. We'll again choose the request, HTTP request. We'll go to the next step, and here we will choose the variable. Okay, so first click on variable, first initialize that variable. Okay, so we will pass it count. We'll choose integer and let's give it a 0. Let's go to the next step. Here again we'll choose the control, and here we'll choose until. Okay, so here we'll have the count. If that count is greater than equal to 10, then go and take action. Again here we will choose a variable, and this time we will select increment variable. Okay, and we will give them the value, and this will be 1. Alright, let's save it and run it. Yep, so if you can see, whatever the number we have defined, it was executed that number of times. And one more thing that I forgot to mention here, for this until, if I'll go to the designer, if I'll show you this until, so until will run in a sequential manner, but for each will run in a parallel manner. So if you want to run in the sequential, how you can do that? So let's go to the logic app, for each demo. Okay, so simply what you have to do, you just go to the designer. Okay, click on this 3 dot for each, go to the setting, and here concurrency control, if you can see. Okay, so if you can see, by default for each iteration run at the same time in a parallel. To change the default limit, turn on control and select a limit. To run sequential, set 1 as a limit. Okay, so if I'll turn it on, so if you can see 20 parallel, degree of parallelism is 20. So if you want to, we can decrease that one. Okay, so if you want to run in a sequential, we just have to set it 1 and then click on done. Next workflow is scope. Okay, so what is the use of scope? So basically, so suppose if you want to run any action only after another group of actions succeeded or failed, so the structure is useful when we want to organize action as a logical group. So this scope is basically most of the time is used whenever we are creating any exception handling mechanism. Okay, so let's see in the example how we can do that. So scope basically it is execution of set of workflow action inside the single block, and this is a way of error handling in logic app. Okay, so think about the perspective of your try and catch block. Okay, so let's go to this logic app, and here we'll go to the blank logic app. Okay, so what we'll do here in this storage, we'll just go and we'll select the account name, and here in the container we'll select our container demo app, go to the next, and here we will choose Azure blob storage. So whatever file we will upload on blob storage, we will just delete it. Okay, so let's choose the account name and let's choose the blob list of file path. Okay, and then we will have this scope under this control. Okay, so the best part in logic app, we can just drag and drop inside this scope. Okay, so after that what we can do, we will just try to insert. So after deleting, we'll try to insert value in table storage and we'll see. Okay, so here just try to insert, we will use our table that we had created, partition key, we will have GUID, okay, and then next step, let's create one variable, and this time we will create a variable. We will just try to initialize a variable first, and we will have this result, and type we will choose array, and the value will be our result. Okay, okay, so whatever result we will get in a scope, we will have that value. Perfect. Okay, so before saving this part, what we have to do, we have to just go to this initialize variable and configure run after. Okay, and here you have to just check all the checkbox. Suppose if our scope was successfully, or if it has failed, or if it is skipped, or it has timeout, in any case our initialize variable should run after. Okay, so just click done and let's save it. Let's test this one. Let's go again and upload some files, sample files, upload it, upload, done. Let's go here and trigger the run. Okay, so here if you can see, delete was also executed successfully, insert was also done, and after that our initialize variable was also executed. Since change the logic app, let's go here and instead of insert and merge, let's try to add again the delete. Okay, suppose if I am trying to just delete it again, choose, and here again I'll go list of file path, right, click on save, go here, uploaded the sample files again, upload, and run this trigger. Okay, so if you can see in this execution, it was initially deleted and again it was requested to delete this file, but this time it was saying resource not found. Okay, but still my initialized variable was successfully called. Okay, so if you can see, this is the information that was captured. Okay, so in this manner we can configure our scope. Okay, so now let's move to our next control, and this is our last control, terminate control. So in the terminate control, basically terminate ends execution of logic app on demand. So suppose if you want to terminate if you want to terminate any long running transaction, then we can explicitly terminate it. Okay, so how we can do that? Let's check in the example. Okay, so let's go and again create another logic app. So here our scenario will be, we will upload the file on Azure Blob Storage, and based on the file extension we will try to terminate, or we will try to process that file. So now let's go to the, open the blank logic app. We will use our connected Azure Blob Storage. So here we will upload the file, pass the account name, pass the container information, and in the next step let's choose the condition. Okay, so let's choose the condition control. So here what we will do, we will choose the list of file name. Okay, and if that ends with dot zip, if that ends with dot zip, then go and add an action, terminate. Okay, so in terminate we will have a different status. We can mark it failed, we can mark cancel, we can mark succeeded. Okay, so let's mark it failed. Okay, and we can pass the defined error code also. Suppose if we are passing here 404. Okay, and if you want to pass any message, then we can just pass it, terminated wrong file format saved. Okay, we will send this message, and in case of false we will just insert the data in storage table. Okay, so we will select our table, partition key, we will have our GUID, let's save it. Okay, and now we will test it. Okay, so let me upload the test file, upload it. Okay, uploaded. Now let's go and run this logic app. Okay, so if you can see, our condition was false, and that's why it was not reached to the terminate control, and it was inserted in table storage. Let's go and refresh it. Let's see the entries here. Okay, now upload the zip file. Go and upload it, run it. Yeah, so if you can see here, this was cancelled. Okay, and we have this status failed, and message we have a wrong file format received. Okay, so if you can go here in the run history, in the run history also it will show the status as failed. Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned how to control workflow execution in Logic App. If you have any query or any suggestion, please feel free to contact me. If you like this video, then please hit the like button and share it with others as well. Have a great day.